Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tejano Traveler. I'm your host Wally, and today we are not in Texas. We are in Louisiana, New Orleans to be exact, which is one of my favorite places, even though it's dirty and hot and sticky and weird and crowded. But it's still a great place to go and take a nice little visit and take in some of the sights that we have here. So we're starting our first video with just looking at what most people know New Orleans for, which is your Bourbon Street, Royal Street, French Quarter area. So that's where we're starting. As you can see, it looks pretty tame during the daylight. Not a lot of people out. Guess all the drunks are asleep and everything. But they do have some pretty nice buildings there, which is something I like about New Orleans is the architecture and everything like that. I like seeing all the houses with their wrought iron fences or whatever they call those things, their balconies and everything. Um, it's pretty different at night, but during the day I just like walking around listening to some of the music. Sometimes there's some Zydeco bands playing. The food isn't as expensive. There aren't people crowding you off the streets. So it's nice to be there. You can also go to the French Market, which is on the northern end of the French district. They have a statue of Joan of Arc. And while you're there, you can go and eat at some of the places around there, which actually serve some pretty delicious food. Go into the French Market, see some of the stalls. I got there a bit too early, so some of them were still closed. But people were already doing their stuff at the flea market that they have there. People selling their wares, their stuff. I bought a little kitty while I was here. But they have places to sit down, have your breakfast, have your lunch, and then do some regular shopping also. There's plenty of shops that just sell novelties and souvenirs and other things. It's also located right on the Mississippi River, so it's kind of cool just seeing just how wide this river is. It's the third biggest river in the world, which is pretty cool after the Amazon and the Nile. And there's a couple of statues commemorating immigrants because New Orleans was an actual port of entry for a lot of these peoples. And you can take a trip on the steamboat Natchez. Um, we'll see a little bit of that later. Then we have Jackson Square, where we have the St. Louis Cathedral. It's actually a pretty cool place to visit, and it's filled with all these vendors and stuff. And if you can find them on Canal Street, they also have the statue of Ignatius T. Riley, the hero or anti-hero of the Confederacy of Dunces, which is a pretty cool book if you ever read it. He's kind of weird. And a little known fact is that Benito Juarez spent his time here during the French occupation of Mexico. So they have a statue for him there. So, yay, Benito. Thank you for coming here and doing your thing and waiting patiently. Of course, New Orleans is a completely different city at night. So if you go there, make sure you're prepared for it. Make sure you are anxiously awaiting the revelry that awaits for you on Bourbon Street. Bourbon Street is a crazy street. It's the street that has all the people walking around, all the drinking, all the debauchery, and everything you love New Orleans for. And then Royal Street is your calmer side where there's more galleries and restaurants. Plus, there's a Louis Armstrong Park, which hopefully I'll be able to get to. Anyways, the next couple of videos will be all about New Orleans, so make sure to check them out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye-bye.